Hello, I am, bigger picture than usual. My name is Savannah. I am a skills coach and mental health advocate, and I am hopping on to talk a little bit about our memory. I think there's a lot of reasons that memory can be impaired. We know that sleep, diet, exercise can all impact it, and so I'm not really get into those things, but I know there's more to it. What I want to talk about or kind of dive into is, for me, my working memory was the biggest shift in my ADHD symptoms that were debilitating or negatively impacting my life personally, at work, whatever. I've always had difficulty with my memory, and I've always been an excessive note taker, but I did that without knowing I was reliant on my notes. So without having any awareness, I was coping reasonably well. But after having a child, I wasn't doing things in the same way or in the same order. I wasn't also aware that I had any memory issues, and so when they got even worse, I was shocked. I was blown away. I did things I didn't remember, said things I didn't remember. I told my husband I was going to get up at a different time, and then I forgot and felt annoyed that he wasn't waking up earlier when he didn't have to be up earlier for any reason. Just little miscommunications that happen because of memory. I've misplaced countless things. You'll hear in other podcasts women talk about losing wallets, phone, keys, but I think it's more impressive to see how big of items we can lose, and it's scary how bad your memory or little blips can happen. But I think if you have ADHD or autism, or really if you just know your memory is not reliable, then you need to lean on your tools. You need to take more notes. You can also email yourself really easily, and then you'll get a notification. You can set alarms, you can add calendar events. You can also download different types of calendar if your phone app maybe just isn't cutting it for you or isn't visually appealing. You should also tell people things, especially if you know you have a bad memory. Some close or trustworthy friends, partners, family members should know that about you to help you stay on track with things. It's not a control factor, but it's important for people to be able to help you, or to have added reminders and things for yourself to stay on track. I myself have a big note in my phone for tracking all of our monthly expenses and everything that we do there. At one point, my memory got so bad that I stopped even doing mental math in any regard. And so whenever I was looking at our budget and what we paid, it just, I stopped being able to process things the same way. And so this gets a little bit into executive dysfunction as well. But memory was one of the things that kind of was shocking me. And I had, like I said, I'd been note-taking for a long time. I had been coping really, really well, but I did not know how much ADHD impacts working memory and how bad we are at multitasking. I thought I was a stellar multitasker. I thought I was pretty good. We really can't do that many things. We are receiving so much information. I'm going to speak specifically first just on ADHD. Generally receiving more information. It's not a lack of focus, it's just a lot of incoming information and less of a filter for those things to get out. Whether that's emotions to be expressed, and emotional dysregulation is common, but also so many other things kind of come along with that. And so whenever we think of our memory, if we're trying to do a chore that involves going to multiple rooms, then we might forget what we were doing in the first place. Or there's even people that use bands on their wrists that say a reminder for like a chore or task that they were gonna do, just because you've walked into a room and you're like, what am I doing? Well, sometimes you're not crazy, sometimes you just have working memory issues and you need some reminders, so use some reminders. For me, my planner is really helpful for my working memory to like what house chores need to happen, because I feel like I clean out the cat box all the time, but I know I don't do it every day. And so if I'm writing it down, then I actually have an idea. Same with dinner. Whenever I cook dinner, I really like to write down what it was that we made so that I feel comfortable eating leftovers, because otherwise I kind of get the ick and I don't want to eat the leftovers because I don't know how long they've been there. So working memory also impacts food. Another area that working memory I feel impacted by personally, and this could be ADHD, but I think there's other people impacted by this, is just object impermanence. When I can't see the veggies that I bought and I put them in the fridge or in a different place, or any food is in just a place I don't see it, I literally forget it's there. I also have told people to start just writing their dinner or snack ideas on a list on the fridge so that they know what they have. Like, I'll write toast because I have bread most of the time, but I forget that you just throw a little bread on or butter on it and it's delicious. And or you could do cinnamon toast. Just sometimes I need visual reminders of everything, and I don't feel bad about that, but I also didn't know that I needed that for a long time. So if you're struggling with memory, the first thing to do is maybe just admit you're struggling with your memory and start using some tools, start making some notes, and see what works for you. Have a wonderful day or night. Have a wonderful evening.